Yo, what's going on, everybody? I appreciate y'all for tuning in to this live stream. We're gonna be in and out because I'm tired. I couldn't do a show yesterday because I was doing schoolwork, and I wanted to give y'all a live stream. I had a bunch of stories to cover, but again, I'm reiterating, I'm tired. So I got two stories that we're gonna talk about. Of course, the cover story we're gonna dive into is. Hold on, let me plug this. Sorry, I'm just getting too comfortable. I'm getting too comfortable on here. I plugged my phone up. But yeah, the cover story that we're gonna talk about, y'all see the thumbnail is crazy. So we got a couple stories. I'm Marcus. We do attorney reactions here. I'm a licensed attorney. I've been doing this for 15, going on 16 years for a long time. Defense, prosecution, investigations, street shit, white collar shit, all over. I've ran the gamut in my legal career. And I'm gonna give you my opinion and takes. It's not legal advice, just me explaining some nuances and just letting y'all know what's going on in current news and trending topics. Now, the first story we're gonna talk about is a person's name. Uh, Generally, normal thing that happens. You're born, your parents say, "Oh, look at you. I want to name him Hezekiah or whatever." You get your name. They want to name you after their grandmother, the doctor, whatever it is. But in very rare occasions, there are babies and children that are born, and the parents have no clue what they want to name their child. And let's talk about this story. It's an interesting story about a lady who is trying to get her name changed, and I think she's doing it a little too late. Let's go ahead, jump in. Let's get it.
Well, it has been a long fight for a Houston woman trying to legally change her name after she was born without one.
Her birth certificate lists her name as girl, but she grew up all her life with another name. Fox 26's Jonathan Mejia spoke with the woman and brings us her story.
Sandra Warlow is the woman's name, or at least that's the name she always grew up with. Her mother never named her during birth, then she died 9 months later.
It's just been real trouble. It's like if
All right, stop. We got to take a pause for the cause here because I did have a thought uh, when I saw this initially. When I saw that video initially, I was like, "Oh man, that's terrible." Her parents wrote "girl" on the birth certificate. I definitely could see why you would want to change your name. Girl Jones is kind of crazy work, so I get it. But I was expecting to see like someone who like just turned 18, maybe early 20. This lady, as soon as I saw her image, I thought, this lady looked like she probably my age, if not older. So that was the first thought I had that gave me a little cause to pause about this whole name change situation. Let's go and check out the rest of the video.
I get one place to do one thing, they won't do it to the other place does this, they won't do it to this place does that. And it's kind of really frustrating.
Built up frustration for Sandra Warlow, a woman born on November 11th, 1985 at Jefferson Hospital.
1985. All right, this woman was born in 1985. Yeah, she's in my age category. Why the hell is she interested in getting her name changed now? Something had to have happened. This was just my thoughts as I watched this video. Something had to have happened between now and then. Because if your birth name on your certificate was Girl Jones or whatever your name is, just girl, you probably will think about getting that changed at 18, 20, 25, 27. You might even go to 30, but you're at 40 and you're deciding to get it changed now. My initial thought was something happened or is forcing her hand. Y'all let me know if I'm off. It just don't make any sense why you will wait that long before you get your name changed. So it no longer says Girl Wardlow. It literally says Girl Wardlow.
She's tried time and time again to legally change her name from Girl to Sandra.
It's frustrating to the point of, well, now, they're saying that that person doesn't exist.
Sandra doesn't have a social security card, but she has her license. She receives SNAP benefits, but now she's running into trouble with that as well.
There you go. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm being petty. I think that this is just me. If my name was Boyd Jefferson, I would want to get that shit changed as soon as I could possibly do it. she tried several times, but now is an issue at 40. And as soon as I heard now there's an issue with her SNAP benefits, I was like, that's what it is. I don't know. It could be some other reason, but I figured it was it's given tomfoolery. Her benefits is about to be cut off because there's a name issue. It was either that or she was probably trying to get a passport or something to travel. It was one of the two. And as soon as I heard that, again, no shade. I'm just calling it like I see it. Now that her SNAP benefits are issue, now is something that she got to do expeditiously. I don't know. That's actually kind of wild. Let's go and finish watching the rest of this.
Sandra doesn't have a social security card, but she has her license. She receives SNAP benefits, but now she's running into trouble with that as well.
They've now sent me a paper stating that, the name and the social doesn't match. So now I need to come down there with my ID and my social security card. But how can I give them something that I never had?
Sandra's mother died and she never met her biological father. She was raised by her mother's first cousin, but never went through the legal process.
And Sandra, some people may ask, why doesn't she just, to make things easier herself, just have her legal paperwork say girl?
Even if I wanted to just leave it as girl, girl is going to be my legal name. They will not give me a social security card that says girl.
Overwhelmed, she's wanting to take a family vacation on a cruise, but is unable to. But one thing...
There you go. Her benefits are at issue now, so this is an issue. And she wanted to take a trip on a cruise, and now they're like, you can't get on here, girl. This girl is wild. Literally, that's her name. But it just makes no sense. I don't know. It's actually perplexing why you would wait this long. Again, shout out to the people that raised her after her mother passed away. That was an honorable thing to do. But it seemed like somebody would have gotten this rectified. If the persons who raised her didn't get it rectified, once she hit adulthood, she should have gotten this done. And it wasn't until those SNAP benefits started to get tight, and you can't go on your cruise. Carnival like, nah, bro, we don't know who you are. Your passport, your ID card, are you girl? Are you whatever? It is confusing. But this is an absolutely insane story. I would actually like to know if she get it fixed or if her benefits do in fact get cut. But I knew it had to be something triggering this, and I think that's what it was. But for that happening, if it was no issue with her benefits and she could take her Carnival cruise, do y'all think she would have been rushing to change her name after she had this name for 22 years as an adult? I don't think so.
She is sure of.
It's just to get my name fixed. Like, I've been in this world almost 40 years and I don't have a name. And for someone to tell you that you don't exist or you have to prove your citizenship to some places and you literally legally cannot.
If you or someone you know is in a similar situation, we have more information on our website at fox26houston.com.
That was absolutely an insane story that made no sense. Shout out to you, Maui. I appreciate you tuning in. Everybody who watching this, I appreciate y'all. But I don't know. I just thought it was absolutely insane. Now, this next story we're going to look at is ridiculous. I don't know if you all remember, maybe about 3 weeks ago, I did a story about a couple here in DC, in the DMV area, and they lost their child, rest in peace. And after they lost their child, they contracted with a funeral home to have the child cremated in DC. That funeral home contracted to work out to a funeral home or crematory in Maryland. And the family had the burial service. They had the ashes. And then they got a call from law enforcement a year later saying that they found this couple's child in the crematory, still wearing the same clothes, body. Is just all sorts of craziness going on, and it was just disgusting. And that was actually a terrible video to do because, one, there's a heightened legal standard for how people handle a corpse, and rightfully so, for handling of a corpse and for innkeepers, because you have a higher duty of care because you're providing a service to people by either housing them or taking care of a deceased loved one in a time of need. And so, okay, let's go ahead. We're going to watch the video first. It's two legal issues we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about what happened at the actual hospital But then we're going to talk about the compounding idiocracy that went on after that led to a $2.5 million settlement for intentional infliction of emotional distress. So let's go ahead, watch the video. Then we're going to read, I'm going to read an article so we can get more details. And then we're going to talk about it.
Well, new developments in a story that left so many people in shock. The parents of the baby decapitated during childbirth almost 2 years ago. Well, they've reached a settlement in one of their lawsuits. 11 Alive's Stephanie Chaynock joining us live. So, Steph, what are we learning about this settlement here?
Well, Aisha, a payout of $2.25 million has been awarded to the Metro Atlanta couple, Jessica Ross and Treveon Isaiah Taylor Jr. The couple filed a lawsuit against Dr. Jackson Gates, a local pathologist hired by the couple to perform an autopsy of their baby after the child was decapitated during childbirth at Southern Regional Medical Center.
Okay, so just so we tracking what's going on, this is stupidity that occurred after. So child is being born. Rest in peace. God bless the family, because that's terrible. The child is being born. I'm going to read an article that explains a little bit about what happened. The child is decapitated during the birthing process. They hired an independent doctor to do an autopsy. The independent doctor, so we're not talking about what the hospital did. We're talking about what the independent doctor did who was doing the autopsy, resulted in this $2.25 million settlement.
Southern Regional Medical Center. The doctor, without the couple's permission, posted graphic videos of the baby on social media. In a release sent to us this morning, attorneys for the couple described Dr. Gates's Instagram posts as graphic and that the couple was, quote, horrified and outraged when they discovered the doctor posted these videos without their consent. The couple filed the lawsuit in 2023, alleging invasion of privacy and intentional infliction of emotional distress and fraud. And this verdict comes following a 3-day jury trial that concluded on Wednesday. Aisha, we also know the couple is still in litigation with the Southern Regional Medical Center over the initial tragedy they experienced in delivery.
So, Steph, let me get this straight. After the couple discovered these videos the doctor posted, the family's attorney says they issued a cease and desist letter, and then Dr. Gates deleted the videos. But then what happened?
Well, they say Dr. Gates removed the videos, but that he then reposted them again, even after he was informed of the emotional pain the couple suffered from the posts he shared the first time around, Aisha.
All right, Steph, this has been such a long process. We are still thinking of that family.
Okay, that is absolutely fucking insane. Pardon my language, but real talk, some people out here just in this world just need their ass kicked. And that doctor is definitely one of them. That's fucking crazy. I'm sorry. That's actually crazy. Because it essentially just forces that family is compounding, and it forces them to relive the original trauma and then creates an entirely new trauma. So generally now, again, federal privacy laws typically apply to a government entity, but medical providers have privacy expectations as well. You talk about HIPAA, not disclosing personal information, PII, personal identifiable information. So let's talk about just the legal charges. So we're going to talk about the idiot doctor who posted it on social media. Then I'm going to pivot to an article, and then we're going to talk about the hospital's liability for pending litigation that they have. But generally, I've never dealt with this, but intentional infliction of emotional distress is actually what it's called. A person intentionally cause someone to suffer severe emotional distress, typically by what some would consider extreme and outrageous behavior. So it has to be intentional, it has to be severe emotional distress, and it has to be extreme and outrageous behavior. Now, in order to prove intent, you can prove intent two ways. Because the doctor could stand there and say, like, hey, on my social media, I post medical stories all the time. And I had other videos and images of my patients. So I wasn't intentionally doing this to harm them. But intent can be proven by one, the general definition of intent. You actually did this with the intent to cause this harm. Or if you can't prove it by that definition, you can prove intent by showing reckless disregard. You posted this video with disregard of the impact that it could have on the family. So again, he did the smart thing by settling because he is guilty as fuck. It's clearly an invasion of privacy. It's clearly intentional infliction of emotional distress. He would have been an idiot to put this case in front of a jury because I would have been like $100 million. It could be a cap on the amount of damages. I'm saying 100 million off the top. It was on social media. Not to mention, this is it. When they complained, you took it down, then reposted it. So I would actually say that you proved intent with both prongs. The first time you posted it, you proved intent by showing a reckless disregard of how it would impact the family. The second time you posted it after you deleted it, you did it intentionally because you knew the point was to call emotional distress because they already told you that they was fucked up over it. It's absolutely insane. This doctor should actually not have the ability to practice anymore, as far as I'm concerned. If I'm sitting on a medical board, I don't know if they filed a complaint with the medical board, but this is some shit that should actually have your license taken away, in my personal opinion. You all let me know what y'all think about it, but that doctor is an absolute shit show. He should lose his practice. He should lose his license. $2.5 million is not enough. So now let's pivot to the second matter. Now I need to share this article. Let me go ahead and pull this article up so we can get a little bit of details about what happened at the hospital with regard to the birth. So we just covered after the birth with the decapitation, how the doctor they hired to do the autopsy to help with their lawsuit probably screwed them over by posting explicit pictures of their deceased child on his website or on social media. Now let's talk about what happened at the hospital. All right, let's go ahead and zoom this in because your boy blind. All right. Botched delivery, decapitated baby. Parents awarded $2.5 million after doctor posted video. Atlanta pathologist Jackson Gates uploaded multiple videos of the baby boy on Instagram without the parents' permission. A young Georgia couple, just so we can see the couple here. This is terrible. Damn, I feel terrible for them. A young Georgia couple thought they already experienced the worst pain imaginable when they lost their first child, Treveon Isaiah Taylor Jr., who died during delivery in 2023. The delivery of the couple's son made headlines across the country after it was revealed that the baby was decapitated during delivery. $400 million. The then Dr. Jackson Gates, the pathologist Jessica Ross, and Treveon Isaiah Taylor Sr. hired to perform an independent autopsy, posted videos of their son's mangled body on social media without their consent. Last week, a jury in Fulton County ordered Gates to pay the couple nearly $2.5 million. Decapitated during childbirth, which should have been one of the happiest days of their lives, soon turned into a nightmare for Ross and Taylor at the Southern Regional Medical Center in Riverdale on June 10th, 2023. Y'all let me know, anybody in Georgia, is this like, you know how like every area got a hospital where like, if some shit happened, you like, don't send me there. I had a brain aneurysm, and when I had my brain aneurysm, the guy in the medics were like, hey, we can go here or there. I was like, you damn sure better not take me there. Take me here. I don't care if it's a longer drive. I figure it out until I get there. So let me know if this is one of those hospitals that's historically known in the neighborhood for, if you got a choice, you want to avoid them. All right. According to court documents, after several hours of hard labor, Ross, then 20, was told the baby had become stuck behind her pelvic bone. According to reports, the baby was unable to descend into the vaginal canal because of a condition called shoulder dystocia, which results in a baby's shoulder getting stuck. Dr. Tracy St. Julian did not use the proper maneuvers to relieve the shoulder dystocia and applied excessive traction. Roderick Edmond, the couple's lawyer, who is also a physician, told the New York Times 2 months after Trevion's death. Edmonds says the baby's legs and torso were reportedly delivered via C-section, and the baby's head was then delivered vaginally. This is fucking terrible. They should get, I don't know, Georgia is probably one of those states where they put a cap on punitive damages, but they definitely, there's no way for both of these situations these couples should be entitled to hundreds of millions of dollars, in my opinion. I'll be honest, I don't know how they are. This is just some shit. They're gonna be in therapy forever for multiple things. This is actually an insane story. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Common Sense, what's going on? How are you? How are you? Shout out to everybody in the chat. This is just a ridiculous story that happened on both levels. Everybody involved should be, every physician involved should lose their ability to practice in the medical field, because this conduct is extreme, outrageous, is extremely negligent. All right, let's go ahead and finish reading this story, which is terrible. All right. It gives me chills to know his head was off his body. Treveon Isaiah Taylor Sr., the father of Treveon Isaiah Taylor Jr. No one told the couple that the baby had been decapitated, and they were only able to view the baby through a glass window. They never held their baby. It wasn't until the parents were making funeral arrangements that they learned the truth about the condition of their child's body. It was shocking, the grieving 21-year-old father told reporters. It gave me chills to know his head was off his body. Again, this is fucking crazy. This is actually like one of the craziest stories that I've ever covered, in my personal opinion. This is absolutely insane. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad you're doing well. Trust me, life is lifing, but as long as you're doing well, and hey, prayers to you and your family and everybody in the chat, everybody who's not in the chat, but sometimes we just got to deal with stuff and go through things. But hey, we're here for you. We love you, sis, and thanks for joining us. This is the worst story I've ever covered. The thing that compounds it is that the hospital actually tried to conceal it. Thank God for the morticians, the funeral home, for actually exposing what happened. Shout out to them for being smart, getting an attorney who is also a physician. Big plus. I have a feeling the forceps may have been used and not disclosed in the procedure. Yeah, I know. It'll be interesting to see how this thing played out. So that was what happened at the hospital. We talked about what happened after, but let's read this. It may provide a little bit more details, and it's only a short paragraph of 5. After learning, this is the Grizzly Instagram post. After learning about the condition of their babies, Ross hired Gates, the founder and president of the Atlanta-based medical diagnosis services, to perform an autopsy. Smart. You need a third party to confirm that the death of the baby or the decapitation was something that occurred. You got the mortuary saying that they received the body like that. Then you can have an autopsy done to confirm. You can tell from, certain things in the body, the rigidity of the body, when the decapitation occurred. Was it during blood flow or after blood flow? And all of those things can be evidence to support her position. 2 days later, Gates posted a video on his Instagram account of the baby's decapitated, severed head. Lawyers for the couple said in their complaint. After expressing their concerns, Gates deleted the video, but then reportedly posted 2 more videos from the baby's autopsy days later. In a statement last week to the Times, lawyer for the couple said Gates poured salt into the couple's already deep wounds when he betrayed them. And he betrayed them twice. The first time he did it, which was intent proven from a legal standard of you did it with a lack of regard for the impact that it would have on the family. The second time, after they called him and said, get that shit down, he did it intent because he knew knowledge with a substantial certainty that it was likely to cause severe emotional distress. This young couple trusted him with their remains of their precious baby, the statement continued. Gates, in turn, repaid this trust by posting horrific images of their child for the world to see. We believe that the jury sends a powerful message that doctors must always consider feelings of their patients and, in this case, their clients. Always move with empathy. Our goal was to ensure that Gates was held accountable for his unconscionable lack of empathy and invasion of our client's privacy. The suit was filed in state court in Fulton County. In a post on Facebook that has been reportedly been deleted, Gates wrote that the outcome of the case was a complete miscarriage of justice and that he would file appeal. Shut the fuck up, Gates. You are like the lame of the month. I don't even have anything called lame of the month. But yeah, Dr. Gates is yeah, Dr. Gates is an extreme goofy. He deserved to lose 2.5 million, was probably not going to dent him up because he got malpractice insurance. He definitely deserves to lose his ability to be able to be a practitioner in the medical field. All right, seeking justice to help others. In addition to the suit against Gates, the couple reportedly also filed a complaint in Clayton County State Court against the obstetrician, St. Julian, her practice, as well as Southern Regional Medical Center and 6 unnamed nurses. Point on, spot on, spot on, spot on, spot on. Sue everybody. The last video I did about the crematory screwing over the couple with their deceased child, they only filed the lawsuit against the crematory and the owner of the crematory when they should have been suing the state of Maryland also. So I hope their lawyers saw that. But yeah, when there's a lawsuit like this, some bullshit happened, throw everybody's name on the lawsuit. The suit accuses the parties of gross negligence. I agree. Fraud. I agree. They tried to intentionally conceal what happened. Intentional infliction of emotional distress. I agree 100%. And for gross negligence, you're just saying that the hospital had a duty to act in the manner of a reasonable professional would. They breached that duty by failing to act in that manner that a reasonable professional would, and that breach of the duty caused damages. Gross negligence, completely 100% great claim. Fraud, y'all tried to conceal the shit, 100% great claim. Intentional infliction of emotional distress, 100% great claim. And the fact that you actually tried to conceal it goes to the intent that it was done with ill will, in my opinion. St. Julian is accused of applying excessive force to their baby's neck and head during the vaginal delivery, and that she failed to request additional help to perform an emergency cesarean section in a timely manner. The complaint also alleges that the hospital staff tried to conceal that their son had been decapitated and tried to dissuade them from seeking an autopsy. At the time the suit was filed, the parents told the New York Times in an email statement that they filed a lawsuit to hold those responsible for our son's death accountable in the hopes that no other parents have to experience such a profound loss. Out fucking standard. I hope they get every dime. There's never enough money to account for what happened. Is a terrible tragedy, but I don't think justice will be served because it's hard, but some compensation will at least put them in a position where they can start to recover. They're going to require a lot of therapy. Once he put those videos on his Instagram, we don't know who made copies of those videos, screen recordings. Like, this shit could come back to haunt them essentially forever. I'm also aware of an actual case where a baby's arm was rendered almost useless because of forceps used during birth. Damn. That's insane. That too was blamed was for birth defect issues, but it was not the case. The parents never knew. I'm just aware of this secret that was kept and obligated to keep it. That's crazy. Devil's advocate. Did the insurance company know of the error and was complicit in the concealment? Sometimes insurance knows. That could be the case also. I don't know. That's actually a good question. I'm guessing that I would assume, I don't know. I think it's probably less likely that they knew. Because if the doctor tried to conceal it from them, I don't see why the doctor would have wrote anything on the paperwork disclosing it. I don't see any advent. I don't see how the insurance company would have found out about it, because I'm sure any paperwork that was probably submitted through insurance, the doctors probably fudged that shit up too, in my personal opinion. But this is an absolute sad story. I don't know. It's terrible. I wish they could have gotten more money. Yeah, that's fair. It's fair. It's terrible, but I get it. I don't even know what to say, yo. Y'all let me know what y'all think of this story. There's no way anyone would have stood a chance in either the hospital's case or the doctor who was doing the autopsy. They would have got raked across the coals against the jury. The doctor performing the autopsy did get raked across the coals during the jury. Bro probably could have settled that for $1 million. And now the fact that he bitching and complaining and talking about, oh, it was a miscarriage of justice, I'm filing an appeal, it goes to show me how dumb he is. Certain things I would just let go. 2.5 mil, I'm like, you know what? I would have probably tried to settle that shit for one and kept it moving before they got anybody involved. I'm sure they probably talked to the doctor. Like, real talk. If I'm the doctor, as soon as they called me and told me to take it down, I'd have been like, okay. Hey, I'm sorry about that. In light of that, hey, y'all don't even worry about paying me for the autopsy. Matter of fact, here you go. Take a trip to Bermuda on me. That's just kind of my thought. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. This is an absolutely disgusting and terrible story. I hope everybody involved in the concealment and the actual conduct that resulted in them trying to conceal it, I hope that they all lose their ability to be able to practice in the medical field, because we definitely don't need people like that in the profession. The crazy thing is, if they would have actually disclosed it and talked about, because I know for a fact when my son was born, he had a big ass head, and it was trying to happen naturally. It wouldn't happen. And the doctor just came in and was like, yo, it's not going to happen. It's putting too much stress on the baby. The mother's blood pressure is going up because it's stressing her out. So, yo, do the emergency, whatever you got to do. The Julius Caesar section, cut it open, get it out of there. You don't want to put stress on the baby and the mother. But this person just did all the absolute wrong things. I'm going to get out these comments real quick. Yes, the pelvic narrowing can cause stuck, but usually then they will decide a C-section. Why I think it was more of a forceps misuse, and that is not being told. That could be it. Let's see. Therefore, man error was done, not nature. Yeah, this story is terrible. Yo, that's it for this video. I just wanted to hop on here real quick because I was doing biology discussions last night to like midnight, 11:59, and I just didn't have it in me to jump on at that time. Tomorrow we're going to dive into video. It's two videos I wanted to talk about. We may cover both if I can start a little bit earlier. I want to talk about what happened and occurred in Diddy's trial. Some of his charges were dismissed. They weren't dismissed because the charges were weak, even though the arson one was weak. But they were dismissed from a prosecutorial strategic standpoint. And I also want to revisit the Carmelo Anthony alleged first-degree murder that he's been charged with at the high school track meet. It looked like we got a little bit more evidence. It looked like there is surveillance video of the evidence. So this is going to be interesting. I want to see how it plays out, and I want to get your guys' opinions on this new evidence. Hey, y'all have a good one. Be blessed. Take care as well. Shout out to you, Common Sense. Shout out to everybody in the chat, Maui, everybody else who joined in. Hey, y'all, love y'all. Y'all be safe. Be blessed. Peace.